Welcome to another instructional video from Everlast Refiner. In this video I'm going to show you how to install a number 20 Everlast Refiner bypass oil filtration system on a Perkins model NH75030 diesel generator set. This kit comes complete with everything you'll require to completely install this system. Additional replacement filters can be purchased separately at everlastrefiner.com. First, install the mounting bracket and then the oil refiner canister. So, this particular installation is on a work barge, and the oil refiner canister is wall mounted. So, first select a place to install the refiner bracket base to the compartment wall structure in close proximity to the generator set and approximately 5 feet above floor level. Locate the bracket base, and bear in mind that once installed, this bracket base needs to be reasonably level. So, match drill 4 each 17/64 holes in the compartment wall structure and attach the canister bracket base using 4 each 1/4 20 by 1 inch bolts, lock washers, and nuts provided in the installation kit. Next, attach the refiner bracket straps to the inboard side of the tabs on the bracket base just installed. Attach them through the existing hole in the bracket strap and the rear hole in the bracket base using the 1/4 20 by 1 inch bolts, lock washers, and nuts provided. Tighten these bolts and to the point where these bracket straps will not move very easily, and level them. Once level, using a 1/4 inch drill bit, drill a second hole in each bracket strap using one of the pilot holes provided in the bracket base, and install a second set of 1/4 20 by 1 inch bolts, lock washers, and nuts to lock these brackets into the level position. Next, install the oil refiner canister into the bracket straps just installed and secure it with a 1/4 20 by 2.5 inch bolt and lock nut provided. Prior to tightening this bracket strap completely, orient the refiner canister so that the 1/2 inch return port on the side of the oil refiner canister points toward the generator set. Level the canister and tighten the attached bolt. Do not over tighten this bolt, just tighten it to the point where it's securely mounted. Install the engine oil return line. To do this, drain the engine oil. Once the engine oil is drained, install the adapter fitting provided in the installation kit onto the engine oil pan. This is a Boss fitting and does not require thread sealant. Next, using the thread sealant compound provided, install the 1/2 inch street elbow provided in the installation kit onto the return port on the side of the oil refiner canister and orient it downward. Next, using the thread sealant compound provided, attach the non-swivel end of the 1/2 inch engine oil return line to the 1/2 inch street elbow just installed. Next, using the thread sealant compound provided, attach the remaining end of the engine oil return line, which has a 90-degree hose fitting on it, onto the adapter fitting installed in the oil pan. Now, this engine oil return line returns clean oil by gravity from the oil refiner canister back to the engine oil pan. So it must be routed downhill all the way to the engine oil pan. At no point in the routing of this hose should it be routed to where it goes uphill dramatically. Next, install the engine oil supply line. To do this, remove the plug located on the side of the oil filter housing as shown and install the adapter fitting provided in the installation kit. This is a Boss fitting and does not require thread sealant. Next, using the thread sealant compound provided, install the male end of the 1/8 inch street tee provided and orient it so that its middle port faces upward. Next, using the provided thread sealant, install the oil pressure switch included in the installation kit onto the middle upward oriented port of the street tee just installed. Next, using the provided thread sealant, install the fixed end of the 1/4 inch engine oil supply line onto the end port of the street tee previously installed. Next, using the thread sealant compound provided, install the 1/8 inch valve assembly provided in the installation kit onto the inlet port located on the bottom of the engine oil refiner canister. There are two valves in this assembly. The valve on the side with the 90-degree street elbow and plug is provided to accommodate oil sampling. The valve on the bottom of the assembly is for regulating the incoming flow rate of oil into the oil refiner canister. Next, using the thread sealant compound provided, attach the swivel end of the 1/4 inch engine oil supply line onto the bottom valve of the valve assembly just installed on the oil refiner canister. Next, we're going to establish the electrical connections to the heating element in the heated lid assembly of the thermal dehydrator located on the top of the oil refiner canister. So in order to do this, turn off the battery disconnect and demount it from the power panel. Attach the red power wire assembly provided to the stud on the delivery side of the battery disconnect and remount the battery disconnect to the power panel. Next, route the red power wire along the wall and attach it to one of the studs on the heating element of the refiner lid. It does not matter which stud, it's not polarity sensitive, it just requires a power and a ground. So next, attach the long black ground wire provided to the remaining post of the heating element of the thermal dehydrator lid and route it along the oil return hose using the tie wraps provided. Attach the end of the black ground wire to one of the oil pressure switch posts. It does not matter which. Next, attach the short black ground wire assembly provided to the other side of the oil pressure switch and route it to a suitable grounding point on the engine or engine cradle assembly. Now turn the battery disconnect back on. Secure all hose and wire routing with the tie wraps provided at this point. Operations. Now it's time to operationally check this bypass oil filtration system installation and set the flow rate. So first, replace the engine oil and check for any leaks at the connection to the oil pan. Next, start the engine and check for any leakage at the oil pressure switch adapter and the oil refiner canister connections. Next, remove the heated lid assembly from the top of the oil refiner canister using a rag or a glove. This has a heating element in it, and it gets relatively hot. Not hot enough to burn you, but you wouldn't want to hold on to it for very long. Now, watch for oil flow across the dispersion plate. This will take several minutes, so be patient. Once flowing, adjust the regulator valve located on the bottom of the oil refiner canister so that a slow, even flow of oil covers the step dispersion plate at idle, as shown. Next, run the engine at its normal operating speed and make sure that the level of the oil in the top of the oil refiner canister does not increase. If it does, slow the flow rate so that you get a slow even flow across the dispersion plate as shown. Next, reinstall the heated lid using a rag or glove. Using the washer and lock nut provided, hand tight is fine. And that's it. Your bypass oil filtration system is installed and your flow rate has been established. Next, we will discuss maintenance. Maintenance. To properly maintain this number 40 bypass oil filtration system, check your oil level and dispersion plate flow rate regularly. Take oil samples every 500 hours. Replace the filter element in the oil refiner canister anytime that you notice a significant reduction in your dispersion plate flow rate or you get an oil sample report that indicates that it's time. Foregoing all this, replace your filter element once a year. Oil analysis. To address any questions you may have about your oil sample results, please go to the link shown here, or for direct assistance, please contact our technical support at the link provided. Now, how does it work? Well, if you have any questions about how the Everlast refiner bypass oil filtration system actually works to preserve the condition and quality of your motor oil, please go to the link provided. There's a thorough description here and a short video which explains in detail how the oil refining process works. Finally, for any technical support questions, please contact the link shown here. I hope you enjoyed this video, and please keep coming back to view additional videos from Everlast Refiner. Thank you.